For those of you who don't know, Shenzhen is widely considered to be the Silicon Valley of China, where many audio brands have started, made business, and thereafter made big money out of. And at the same time, this year, I have made my own audio brand, CrinEar, as well as our very first production model, the Daybreak. We've partnered with many international retailers, but one of the more weird markets that I haven't really penetrated into would be the Chinese market, which we have partnered with Lei-In, otherwise known as Shenzhen Audio. As such, they have also provided us a space in one of China's biggest audio shows, the Shenzhen International Audio Show, now in their 19th year. We've spent a lot of money on this booth, and quite frankly, I think Lei-In have absolutely outdone themselves. This is absolutely amazing. I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do something like this in any of your box standard can jams. But after setting up all of this, I realized that not a lot of people in my Western audience, my YouTube audience, actually knows what goes into an audio show, a Chinese audio show. Hell, I think most of you haven't even been to China. So I think it'll be quite interesting to kind of show what goes on in, again, one of, if not the biggest audio shows in China, and in a weird twist, how it's like to exhibit at one of these shows. So for those of you who can't make it to the show, I know it's a bit disappointing. So let me just run you through all of the new products that we'll be exhibiting, as well as those sneaky little prototypes that I teased in my previous post. First of all, there's the Project Meta. We sold 1,000 units in an hour, yada, yada, yada. It's a story that has been told many, many times, so I won't get into it right now. And then there's the CrinEar Daybreak, which is the star of this show. But at this point, you, the Western audience, probably already know way too much about these IEMs. So at the same time, yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into it as well. That said, this is going to be the Daybreak's debut for the Chinese market in this show. So at the end of the month, it's going to be available for sale on Lei-In. So to my Chinese audience on this channel, however small you may be, rejoice, for you can finally buy the Daybreak in China through the usual Lei-In channels. Next up is something that we've been teasing for a very, very long time, which is currently Project Reference, because we don't actually have a final shell yet. It is the most neutrally tuned of the trio that we're going to be releasing this year, hopefully this year. And as per usual, people keep asking about how much a reference is going to cost, and I say that right now nothing is locked in, so I don't want to say anything too much right now, but when it launches, when it releases, it releases. Now, here are the special things that we have been teasing on this show specifically, maybe for the first time. And the first of all would be the latest potential collab with Moondrop. So the more astute of you might realize that this is the Meteor shell. And yes, we're going to be trying to do a modification of the Meteor, where I felt like it had one of the best treble in any IEMs I've heard. It's currently marked as Project Comet on my graph tool. We are still kind of in the final stages of arranging the packaging, the accessories, as well as the distribution network. But for those of you who like to try it out, yes, you can try it out in a Shenzhen audio show, which probably would have ended by the time this video comes out. But we'll also be bringing all of these different prototypes on our other shows as well. So for those of you who would like to get a little sneak preview, then yes, join us whenever we booth on any of these shows. Potentially coming out this year as well would be our latest collaboration with 7Hz on the new codenamed Dioko 2. The current idea is to try and launch this product as kind of two SKUs, two different kinds of tunings. And the idea is to make this, the Dioko 2 working name, to be one of the most natural sounding planars that you can get on the market. The graph should be out on the graph tool by this point, so for those of you who are interested and would like to sniff some of the graphs, here you go. And lastly, we have the next project in the works, like literally the next limited edition run, which would be the Monolith. As you can see, these are brass IEMs, fully CNC machined out of a single block. There is no internal chambering, hence the word Monolith. And a lot of people have commented in the show that yes, these are absolute chonkers, just purely in terms of weight, not in terms of size. And they feel absolutely premium, though I will say that the finishing on this unit at least is a bit jank. But hey, that's what you get for trying to show off a prototype on a show. The last one would be on the Cypher, which also comes in a very sleek aluminum shell. Color is still to be determined. Maybe I would like to make it a little bit darker. But yeah, a graph is here in case you want to see it, or maybe there's no graph at all. I don't know. Maybe I won't upload it at all. And in non-IEM news, yes, we are not just doing IEMs. We also have this, which is I'll let it speak for itself. And that is the showcase of everything that we'll be exhibiting at the CrinEar booth. I know it's a bit self-indulgent, but I know that a lot of you will be curious of all the other booths that are at this show. So if you allow me, let me just get you through on a small little tour of the place. over at the Shenzhen Audio Show, we are sharing a booth with a very well-known brand that you may know, Truthear. And what better way to start off this interview series than with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Xiaohei himself, the very brains behind the operation. Hey, OK, hello. 所以现在就是问你，除了有什么新的产品要出来了吗？
暂时没有，但是这一次我们带过来展会了有2条工程机，有2台原型 ，two prototype。
对，
其中一个是 two dynamic driver，and the next one is one dynamic driver and 4 BAs。
价格有没有定了吗
？the price 没有定，
是 prototype 而已。
Yes，
还没有其他的吗？
暂时没有了。
哦，对。这个你现在刚出了就是 Pure 对吗？
对，
就是你想实现的，这叫 Pure 上面也想实现的你
的什么目标
的目标？对。
OK， Pure 其实我们想实现目标，就像你说的，我们想实现目标就是基于新的5128 Hertz， 针对他们在测量 IEMs 里面中低频比较少的那些情况，我们对于中低频进行了一个补偿，然后让它可以听起来可能会更自然，所以说就类似于海外你们所研究的那个 JM1 Target。Hexa
跟 Pure， 你哪一个比较喜欢呢？
其实对我来说2个我都能接受，就像
如果选一个就好。
如果按选一个的情况来说，我更喜欢 Pure。I like bass。
所以你是比较喜欢那个中低频比较多的，
对，比较温暖的。
那些下一代的产品会不会按照这个 Pure 新的调音来
做一些趋向？可能会的，可能会接下来的产品也会参考一些 Pure 目前得到的一些评价，还有大家给的建议。
就是 engineering sample，Yes， 那个4+1和那个2动圈的，你可以说多一点吗？还是秘密的？
其实我更希望它目前是个秘密，因为其实这还处于一个比较早的阶段。For now, it's secret.
For now. 明年就会有更多了。
对，可能最快的情况就是 December, before the Christmas.
Is there anything you'd like to say to our English audience, to your Western fans?
Can I use Chinese?
可以。
Okay. My English is poor, so sorry. 谢谢你们对初耳的支持，还有你们的很多建议，对产品的一些看法，我其实都有默默的在关注。Crin 也很经常分享他们的想法和建议给到我，谢谢你们的支持。
好吧，就结束了。So I think about this kind of shows is that obviously we are in China, we're in a Chinese show, and thereafter there's going to be a lot of Chi-Fi around. But actually, you're going to see a lot of Western brands as well. For example, we have Sennheiser here, we have Bayer Dynamic, we have, I guess if you're going to consider Estelle and Kern to be a Western brand as well. So yeah, these are all the brands that have been trying to penetrate into the Chinese market as well, because it is naturally like a different world, a completely different market that they can tap into. But naturally, there's going to be like their own difficulties. A completely different market means completely different tastes, completely different audiences. Difficulties that I feel like I'm only just now starting to appreciate. Wait, there's a huge crowd here. Like actually massive. They're looking at something. Oh, it's cosplay. Can try and get a glimpse of it. I don't know where Mr. Moondrop Man is. Oh well, let's go straight to Tanchjim. We're here with the Tanchjim engineer, and of course, we need to know 你们现在在这里有没有什么新产品吗？
有的，有一款是1圈4铁2被动，一款是1圈6铁1被动的，然后再加上我们的起源的限定版本，限量版本。
现在你觉得顾客最喜欢的是哪一产品呢？
就这2天的展会情况来看的话，就大家对起源的限量版会比较喜欢。对
哦，那你有什么要跟我们的
观众说，敬请关注我们的多单元系列，一些碰撞会有一些碰撞。
So we're here at the Softears booth, which is probably one of the most popular high-end Chi-Fi brands of today, and we're here with Xiaofu, who is one of the Softears workers. The usual question I ask is, what's new? What's new with the Softears brand?
RS10 Mark II， 还有3头犬 Softears 的迭代，就是 RS10 自面世以来的话，就是一直被很多发烧友有所喜爱。而2代的话，由于1代当时的技术力跟现在比，肯定还是会有一定的差距。当时它的复杂的分频结构吃掉了很大的功率，而现在2代的话，我们需要大幅降低的这种门槛的基础上，再精益求精，让它还是一个尺子的基础上更多的一丝韵味，但是同时又保持它 标准的一个特性。这个是 Softears 的 Karma， 可能这个相对来说会更快上市一些。像第一代我们出的叫三头犬，因为它是融合了3种单元，正好是数字3，所以叫 Softears 三头犬。而这个的话，它集合了5种单元，有动圈，有动铁，然后有静电。有骨传导，还有比较新的一个技术叫 MIPS， 所以说我们不可能叫5头犬，所以它取了一个新的名字叫 Karma。然后这个产品呢是 Softears， 我认为可能是成立以来最有诚意也是最复杂的一次工艺的一个挑战。它的名字叫 Softears RSX。然后这个耳机最大的一个不同是在于它采用了一个非常古老的传统的漆艺。叫做大漆，可以看到耳机的腔体以及面盖，包括它的收纳盒都是用大漆的工艺制成的。需要做到这样一个效果的话，可能需要历时6个月甚至更久。然后同时的话，这个盒子的话，我们也采用的是中国一种很名贵的木头，叫金丝楠木。金丝楠木一般是皇上才用得起的一种木头。哇！就我们不希望是这款产品既能达到声音上的巅峰，也能是，甚至是能作为你家里一种工艺品的存在在你的家里的。
那有没有个价格吗？现在有没有价格？
没有一个准确的价格，但是可能预估是在3万元左右。
3万。Put the price up here again. 来，雪月老板，有什么新的产品？
太多了，
来说一下。
首先，我们的 Para 2，我们看到还是有很多人不喜欢我们的新调音，觉得有点暗呢。其实那种是怎么说呢？因为亚洲录音里面很多高音很多的音乐嘛，因为 J-pop、K-pop、C-pop 都会有很多高音非常多的音乐。然后这些音乐如果用 Para 的这种调音听的话，会有点刺激。所以我们这次特意做了一个比较有玩的，但是呢，好像听欧美流行就不好听了
啊。那 Para 1你还会卖吗？没卖了。所以那些喜欢 Para 1的，
你现在就可以
没办法，
你可以选择 Para 2，并且我们送了一个新的耳罩。我们送了一个新的 earpad， 然后呢，通过这个新的 earpad， 你可以得到一个和 Para 差不多、很类似、接近的调音，并且更高的、更好的低音。
所以全部调音的都是 earpads， 就是换 earpads 就好了。
对，头戴式耳机的 planar 的调音，两方面，一个依赖于后面，一个依赖于 head。
对。
包括这个也是新耳垫的 Horizon， 对。6边形的耳垫，
那么窄啊，
但是中高音就会好很多。然后这次呢，我们发布的呢还有我们新的无实物表演，就是我们的新的 Dark Side of the Moon。那
个是你的 Electrostatic 是吗？
是我的 Planar
啊，
在大概5000新币左右的哇，黄金振膜。
黄金？对，
就是和萨一样的黄金振膜，然后全 NTPT 的，整个都是 NTPT， 然后里面内框体是 PMMA， 然后它的 PCB 是用的玻璃做的，整个都非常。
为什么那么复杂呢？
贵，就是我们想尝试把所有的材料给堆满，唯一的缺点就是什么呢？
贵啊。
这是第二个缺点，第一个缺点是非常 hard to drive。
那个灵敏度多少啊？
有没有80啊？我记不得。
80，哇，那个真的很厉害。
因为有2个原因，一个是我们的那一套 FDT 那一套本来灵敏度就不高，对，然后还有一个就是金振膜，金振膜的它的阻抗很高，所以灵敏度很。
还有没有新的其他？
有。然后我们的这次的主题呢，就是我们的 Lafta City in the Sky Lafta 呢是它和我们的那个月亮面不一样，它是一个更接近于 SAS2 的一个设计思路，是有纳米级的振膜，然后纯银的走线，然后呢有我们的 FDT， 并且呢它有一个完全开放的，就是它的外面是完全开放的，就不会像我们以前会有一个这种多孔板。它没有，所以就没有那些颜色，没有干涉，没有反射。
拉布塔其实是
好像就是1000新币左右吧。我们还有做了一个 Diamond Diaphragm， Pure Diamond Diaphragm，
真正的 Diamond 吗？
对，
很贵的吧？
很贵的。然后因为做出来太贵了，然后我觉得就从我们的感觉来说，声音其实竞争力没有那么贵，不值得这个价格，所以我们就拿来送了。就以后我们的用户参加我们的调音活动就可以送。如果你在新加坡， 哎，你的现货有经销，
我也是有啊，
对，有经销嘛，那就也可以做一个调音活动，然后我们到时候可以拿来作为奖品，
好吧，可以啊。
对，挺好玩的嘛。
Diamond headphone 可以，
Diamond earphone，
但是如果你要卖的话，你觉得价格会多少？
如果考虑成本的话，可能要卖到2万元。
2万哇！我就问你最后的问题，我们那个联名的 Meteor 几时能上场？
你给我一个时间，因为现在我们已经确定了声音了嘛。
对，
那你给我一个时间，我们就按照这个时间来计划我们的项目，然后我们会告诉你我们在什么时候能够把它生产出来。
可以。好，今年呢？今年可以啊？
应该。
应该勉强。OK， 好。
Try best.
Try best. Let's go.
Let's go.
Fine. I am here with Danny, the owner of Dita Audio, and finally someone I can speak English to at this show. So, as per usual, with all the other people that I ask, what's new from Dita Audio?
Very nice of you to drop by.
Yeah.
I'm also happy to be able to speak English, especially in the way that we speak English.
Yeah.
We've got a new flagship. It takes us a couple of years to produce a flagship, and Ventura is our new flagship. Very, very pleased with the industrial design. I'm very pleased with the acoustic design. The cable is not complete yet, but the casing and all that is done. I think that's 80-90% of the job done.
You also had a new-ish release, which is the Prelude. We like your perspective on that as the owner of Dita. What do you feel about it, about the launch, and about the product itself?
We got a lot of pressure to build a more friendly price product, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. I feel that being the kind of company that we are, we should not be pressured into trying to build lower price product or an entry-level product. Instead, what we should try to achieve is to build what we wanted to coin internally as an ETOTL, so an entry-level, top-of-the-line product. Build it as if it's a top-of-the-line product, but price it like it's entry-level. It's not that easy to do, but I felt like at the very minimum, acoustically, sonically, we could at least achieve something that had some semblance of what a high-end, what is perceived as a high-end earphone should sound like. So that was the goal that we wanted to do with Prelude. Took it as a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy with it too.
I've been seeing a lot of positive reaction towards the Prelude, especially since this would be the lowest price product that you have so far?
Ever. Our lowest price product ever.
So is there any more plans to go, let's say, lower than the Prelude?
For now, no, I don't think so, because every single product that we build, we start from zero. That means new packaging, new accessories, new industrial design, new acoustic design, many times new cables. That means we essentially design everything from the ground up for almost every single product. That naturally increases the amount of time taken and also naturally increases the cost that we have. And that's not something that I think I want to change as of now, because the creative process in building the earphone or building the product, that's something that we enjoy a lot.
That's it. I think we need to rep our local voice a little bit here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So look who we ran into. It's Lee from Elysian Acoustic Labs.
No,
and now
not Elysian.
Well, I say
No more Elysian.
From Elysian Acoustic Labs, and now Mysticraft.
Hi everyone.
So you were at the Hong Kong AV show, but now why not? Why you don't want to booth at SIS?
Because I overspent at Hong Kong AV show, overspent the budget, so I have no more budget for SIS.
No more money, must sell,
Yeah,
must
no
sell
more
more
money.
IEMs.
Yeah, must sell more
So
IEMs.
what's your new IEM, sir?
Our new IEM is Smith 1DD 4BA and 2 planar. The SRP for the IEM is $999. Full titanium shell, comes with an 8-wire 7N OCC copper cable.
What's the tuning like?
A bit bassy, a little bit mid-forward, good for bass head, and like the usual treble that you all know, like you all get to know me for.
How is it like starting Mysticraft? It feels kind of like starting from scratch, isn't it?
Actually, not really, because starting from scratch means you have to start the tuning, the company profile, sound signature, everything, you start all over again. But for Mysticraft, because I had this in mind when I not really having a good time at Elysian. It's not like starting anew, because we have the production, we have a lot of the data and stuff. So it's like just like hopping to a new brand.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
So you mentioned that you didn't have a good time at Elysian.
Yeah.
Care to expand, elaborate?
When you are in a company that has a lot of people, there are too many people making decisions, and it's quite complicated. And to move things around, we need too many like confirmations and stuff, and a lot of ideas get pushed back, things like that. I feel like it's not a free expression for me anymore. It's slowly losing the identity of Elysian. So yeah, I figure it might be time for me to like.
Right. So I don't think it's actually official. Are you now out of Elysian
I think it will be official real soon.
real soon. Or
Real
maybe
soon.
by the time this video goes out. Is this the official confirmation?
We have already did all the paperwork and it should be official real soon.
So for those of you who still like to support Lee, please go to Mysticraft with their old hacks as well as their new Mystic.
Myth.
Myth.
Gonna be affordable for everyone. I believe that the price
Affordable
point.
for everyone. Wow, $20 US. Perfect. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm tired, boss. It has been an absolutely hectic hell of a week because right after our audio show, we basically have to do even more work. Of course, going to factories, talking to more people, making sure that our product roadmap is good and hopefully on track. As someone who has visited a lot of audio shows in the US, or should I say in the Western Hemisphere, Chinese audio shows are kind of a different breed altogether. Not only is there a completely different language, there is also a completely different culture in which people try out stuff, or even sometimes just purely in terms of taste. At the Shenzhen International Audio Show, we found ourselves with an interesting convergence in the Chinese audience. For example, in the Western shows like on Tanchjim, when we displayed all of our CrinEar products, we realized that there was actually quite an even split in terms of who preferred which product. Some preferred the Project Meta, others the Daybreak, some others the Reference. There wasn't really a clear-cut winner on which model the Western audiences truly preferred. With the Chinese attendees, however, we found ourselves with an interesting one true pick, and that is with the Reference, which is also kind of disappointing considering that the Reference isn't quite ready for prime time. In terms of the footfall, SIAS in comparison to Tanchjim also had a lot more people, but this also has a couple of explanations. For one thing, Tanchjim has an entry fee and a pretty high one at that, so that already serves as a barrier of entry for anyone who even just wants to attend. In comparison, SIAS has no entry fee, and on top of that, there's also a ton of freebies that the organizers are giving away. So not only are we getting the audiophiles, the enthusiasts, the people really into the hobby, we are also getting the layman or even just the random person on the street who just happens to walk into the venue and just want free stuff. So yes, the venue and the event was packed, but we also found ourselves in a unique position where we had to explain IEMs to some of the people who came to our booth. But here's another interesting observation. In the West, I am, I would say, fairly well known in the audiophile circles specifically, and when I go to Tanchjims, most of the people would recognize me from a distance, come and shake hands, come and talk. But when it comes to the Chinese side of the internet, I am kind of less recognized. At the show, there was still a few people who came up, wanted to shake hands, talk, take a selfie, know who I am, but for the most part, I was basically invisible. So that was an interesting shift from Tanchjim to SIAS. At Tanchjim, I was considered a familiar face, a veteran, if you will, but going into China, I was basically nobody. I had to start from scratch. I was a new brand fighting in a sea of other brands. And honestly, that was kind of refreshing. Attending SIAS was kind of my attempt to break into the Chinese market. Now, I'm not sure if I'm even going to succeed at this, but you know, we're trying. Why not, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this coverage of the Shenzhen International Audio Show, a show that most of you would probably never get to attend. It was an amazing experience. I'll probably be a regular at SIAS regardless, whether or not being an exhibitor or just simply an attendee, that remains to be seen. But for now, the show is over. There will be many more to attend, and we'll be just making more product. And now it's time to shout out my big money boys. Share all of your names if you've subscribed to the $20 tier on my Patreon. And for those of you on my $30 tier, allow me to speak up your beautiful names: Dennis, Crinagel, Seraphim, Chemotherapy, and Daryl. I thank you all. This year is turning out to be probably one of my most chaotic years to date, but looking at the roadmap, it seems like next year is going to get even worse. So for the rest of you, see you guys next week, and don't die. Fuck off.